Hello, welcome back to another lesson in calligraphy with Orlando. Now, today we will be going over some more Copperplate script. More specifically, we will be going over our letter forms. So basically, our Copperplate script, our Copperplate script some rules or principles, and I'll be going over some ways you use them in Copperplate. So hopefully you've seen the last video where I basically talked about some qualities, I suppose, of Copperplate, where that being the narrow ovals, the 52-degree angle, and the third space, the rule of thirds in Copperplate. Well, for this tutorial, I will just ignore, basically, I'll be ignoring the 52-degree and the 52-degree rule for educational purposes, and for the fact that it is easier to teach without doing the 52-degree rule. Okay, so let's start. So our first letter form is our entrance stroke, or in Spencerian script, the parallel line. And to do that, you just do that. So I'm using this dot graph paper here, so it's easy if you just kind of imagine a point here, imagine a point there between the two dots, and you kind of connect them with a curve. That's how you do our entrance. The next form or principle is going to be the oval. Now the oval is it's a little different to how you would think it goes. What the oval is I'll just demonstrate it. It goes like this. Like that. So we put some weight there, and then we finish it on the other side. That's our oval. Next, third stroke, underturn, or basically the main body of the eye. I like to imagine it like you go from this point to kind of there, and then there. So like that. Again. Like that. And that's our underturn. Number 4 is our ascending stem loop stroke. Now, the reason I'm just teaching this is for those, obviously, who didn't do the basic course, which I strongly recommend, because Copperplate is pretty hard if you don't know the basics of calligraphy. So the way we do our, and also because of the added line variation and kind of like the extra rules in Copperplate that apply to these strokes. So next, obviously, ascending stem loop. Now normally you do it like that. That is perfectly fine. However, the most proper way to do it is actually doing this. Hang on, it's getting a full pressure stroke there, but then going around like that. That's the most proper way to do our ascending stem loop. And for the descending stem loop, it's a lot easier, because all you have to do is go like that, and that's the proper way to do it. Number 6, full pressure stroke. You probably already know this. We use it in the ascending stem loop. The descending stem loop, it goes like that at 52 degrees. Very simple. Number 7, our overturn, or the kind of the other half of the N, or the start of the U, actually, and that goes like this. It's also used in the X. So once again, like that. And last but not least, this thing. I just called it this thing because I was just a little bit lazy. No, oh god. Okay, we are back. Sorry for that minor error. My camera fell over onto my face or body. Let's continue anyways. This thing, And what it is just, it's kind of like the overturn, where you go like that, but there's no turn, so it's just an over. I'll call it, never mind, let's not call it this thing, I'll call it the over. And those are our basic principles or letter forms for copperplate. Now, I strongly urge, even if you've done the Spencerian basic strokes or principles, I strongly urge that you go through and just practice all of these letter forms for at least 1.5 pages, and at most probably 4 or 5. Just do it as many times as it takes for you to master these strokes. They're very important. Okay, next we will be going through how we use these strokes in letters. And let's start. So the first usage in this case is the C, and it combines that the entrance and the oval somehow. So what you do is you start like this, and then you like that. So ready? Notice how the entrance stroke doesn't go directly into the C. That is actually generally quite intentional of copperplate. It is what I think the proper way to do it, but you can also do it like that. Next we have E. E again, I prefer to go like this and then like that, but again, not wrong. Well, it is kind of wrong to do it like that, but it is hard to discern if it's wrong or not. But still, I recommend you do. You start like that, and then you go like that. Can you see? Yep. Okay. Next up, O. Again, O is literally combining both these strokes together. When you have that, and then you combine like this, and of course, you can add an exit if you want to. And last, for this set, is going to be S, and S again is just, sorry, that's not very good. S is like that. A little double flourishing there. So practice this first set for 1/4 of a page. Come back, for goodness sake. Okay, once again we are back. My camera fell over again. Right, as I was saying, practice this first set for 1/4 of a page, or until you mastered it. Come back for the next one. Thank you. Now, hopefully you're back. Hopefully you've gotten and practiced. Let's go over this next kind of combinations. And this one involves only 2, so this goes, so the A, it goes like this, and then we add a line like that. Once again, entrance, oval, and add a line. D is a similar kind of method. D involves a similar method where we go start with our entrance, then go like that. Sorry, start with our entrance, go like that, make sure it lines up, and then add our line there. So that's basically our extended underturn. One more time. Like this. Sorry. One more time. Like that. D. Now don't practice this yet because we will do this and then you can practice. So so this next set is going to be another different combination. We start where we have a G, so we go like this and then have our oval there and kiss and leave. So make sure that this line just barely kisses this part of the oval. Otherwise it'll look a little wrong. One more time. Once again, not wrong if you do the oval like this, but it will look just a little bit off. So now we do the Q, and the Q is a pretty similar kind of method again, except this time instead of we just reverse this. So Q, entrance, oval, and there. One more time, entrance. Now we have our oval. Careful there, and loop around there. Okay. Now I will go and practice this for 1/4 of a page. But let me just note that I did make a little mistake, and I kind of made this loop a little non-oval. This is fine. This little too wide. Don't do that. So go ahead and practice this for 1/4 of a page, and we can do some more letters before we end off the video. Okay, hopefully you're back. Hopefully you're back after practicing. I have just switched out our sheet of paper or our learning plate, and we can do a new set of letters. So what we'll do here is the I, the U, and the W. So the I starts with an entrance, and then it transitions into our kind of our overturn. And you add a dot there. Let's do this one more time. Let's go there and that dot. Pretty simple. Okay, now for the U. Now the U is quite similar to the W, so remember this. We start with the entrance, and then we go into our underturn, like that, and then we have another underturn. However, it only ends halfway up. So one more time. There. Made a little mistake again. I ended it 3/4 of the way up. Just try and end it halfway so you don't confuse it with a W. So this time for the W, we have that. One more time. So with the W, you have to pay attention to the gap between these, and you have to try and make it even, which I evidently didn't. Let me try to do this one more time. Okay, there, better. So you have to make sure that the gap between these two pieces, the gap here is even, and the line is even, and everything follows our rules once again. So take these 3 and practice it for 1/4 of a page. Come back for 2 more sets. Right, thank you. Have you practiced? Okay, good. Let's go into our next set. Entrance and J. Go over like that. Then add our dot. So one more time, lowercase j. Loop around and go, and then a dot. Now, if you're wondering if the audio isn't synced up, because I'm speaking 1 second after I do something, no. However, my mind is not linked up to my hand, and I think 1 second slower than what my hand does. That was a joke, by the way. So that was a joke. Right, next letters. The next will be L. For those who think that's a huge E, it's not. Then we take this stroke, that, and we there. L. One more time. L like that. Last letter in this set, T. So T takes our stroke all the way up, and then release and go there. T, stroke halfway there, and then T, release. Okay. Now go ahead and practice those for 1/4 of a page and come back. Thank you. Now we're on to our last letters, so just hold out for this. Okay, we'll be doing F now, so F goes a bit like infants, and then like that. Stay sharp. Then move around there. Of course, add our F, because otherwise that's just a deformed L. And last letter K. K goes start and then there. And now we'll go finish our ascending stem loop. And for this part of the K, it's just a compound curve that loops, and it's another compound curve. So you can practice that again. Compound curve, loops, another compound curve, and of course, okay. Now practice that for 1/4 of a page, and we are done with today's lesson. Thank you for watching. I will see you later. We'll be doing more letters, and then afterwards we'll go on to capitals, and then I'll give you your final challenge. Goodbye.